Got it. Thank you. I'm going to mute so we don't have to worry about anything happening back there in the background. So lovely to see. How about let's give a wave to each other, right? You might be the only person waving to someone else today. So hello. So wonderful to see your beautiful smiling faces. How are we feeling? Let's do it by number. So 1, a little closer to wanting to go back to bed. 10, feeling very energized, or somewhere in between. Show me by hands where we feeling. Okay, we've got it all across the board. So hopefully we can use that energy to keep going. If you're a little low on energy, just do what you can. Hopefully by the end of class, you're going to be feeling a little bit more energized. Sometimes you just got to get that blood flowing, right? It wakes us up a little bit. So we'll do that. But before we do, let's start with that breath work. So feet on the floor. It's important that we take this time. It's a transition between what we were doing and practice and setting ourselves up for the rest of the day. So hands on the lap and broaden across your chest and then relax and think about your body being stacked. So roll the sit bones so you're sitting right on your sit bones. Knit your front ribs in and then broaden that chest. Chins back a little bit. A lot of times we jet the chins forward. And close your eyes. We're going to breathe here for 8 to 10 rounds of breath. Slowing down the breath, slowing down ourselves. Breathe in through the nose nice and slowly. Exhale out of your nose. You can breathe out of your mouth and take that audible sigh. Sighs really are grounding. They're very releasing. Good. And what is it that you need to release here? Stress, carbon dioxide, worries, fear. Just let anything like that go. And you can even say, right? Just think about, sometimes I call this a letting go breath. It's as if you're carrying around heavy bags of groceries. Have you ever done that? You run into the store and you grab a basket instead of a cart. You keep adding things in, it becomes extremely heavy. And you finally get to the checkout and then you get to set it down. So we kind of feel like that with our mental burdens. So we take that breath in. And there's something bothering us, we can just set it down and say, right? We don't have to worry about it or let it linger so long. Inhale and and then as you breathe, notice how the breath is moving and where it's moving. So is it your chest? Which is okay, but remember that's about 1/3 of your lung capacity. How about if we take it a little bit lower to the lower lobes of your lungs? This way, the diaphragm is working, the intercostal's moving. Yeah, so maybe now along with the chest, we have rib cage moving. There we go. And if we want to take it even lower into that diaphragmatic breath, the belly rises and the belly falls. And we can even quiet the chest a little bit. You might feel those back ribs begin to open and expand. There's a lot of underutilized lung capacity back there. So feel those back and side ribs expand and open. Imagining you have gills, just like a fish, and they're going to open as we breathe in and sort of soften as we breathe out. We want to have some breath to the middle of our back, right between our shoulder blades. We talk about that being the blowhole area. Fill that up. And what are we filling ourselves up with? Oxygen, it's prana, it's energy. Fill up with that. And then again, we just get rid of carbon dioxide, stress, worries. Really get rid of it for a few more cycles of breath. Letting everything go on the exhale. Good. A few more rounds of this slow breath, letting everything out. And then grounding into the floor, feeling the toes, feeling Mother Earth's energy come up through the feet to the legs, all the way to the crown of your head. And notice your big toe and little toe touching. Notice the heel and your sit bones touching. Good. And a nice deep breath, lengthening the spine. And then we'll lower our chin to our chest there. Oh, that nice stretch to the back of the neck, right? See if you can lower your shoulders down. So broaden your chest, pull the shoulders back, and then just lower them down. And from here, gentle head roll. So right ear over the shoulder, come back through center, and left ear over. And we'll rock that side to side. And when we go side to side, we might feel some nooks and crannies here. We might find that tightness. Oh, a couple more here for a moment. Maybe you feel those adhesions. You can hear the crunching. I know I can hear mine crunching. And we'll take the right ear over the shoulder. Let the left arm just dangle a little bit and give it a good shake. Give that shake so we're loosening the shoulder joint up. Now imagine you could touch the floor with your fingers, really stretch down, and we're opening and closing a fist. So we got the head hanging heavy. We're going to reach wide and then grip in tight, right? So open and close. Good job. Just want to get some space in this shoulder joint. Nice. And then we'll place our hand on our lap and our head through center. Good. And go to the other side and wiggle that right arm. Just give it a good shake. Try to touch the floor with your fingers, stretch down, and then open and close a fist. Good. So trying to take this shoulder away from the ear a little bit. Good. Open and close, open and close. Wonderful. And now we'll take our hand to our lap. Go ahead and roll your right ear over, left arm down, and start circling forward. These circles are large. We're moving in the shoulder, just getting space here, and then going both directions. So we'll roll that around backwards as well. Yeah, that's it. Ooh, breathing and circling, and let's take it to the other side. So roll that head all the way over and lower, and we're circling. So sometimes we get stuck, right, in that shoulder girdle. We get stiff neck and frozen shoulder. This helps with all of that. And we'll take it around, again, getting a little more space, changing directions. Excellent. Let's roll the head through center again, everybody, and then right back through neutral. Arms reach either side. Reach for that wall. Stretch, stretch. Good job. Palms up. We'll touch our hands to our shoulders. Let's roll forward. Yeah, roll that around a little bit. Nice. And we'll roll it back. This first little bit, we're going to be moving in those shoulders in a way that feels very releasing synovial fluid, releasing the tightness of the connective tissue. So we just free up some range of motion in this area. Good. The movements don't have to be real large. Just want them to feel good in your body. So let's relax our hands and broaden and lower. Good. Now, right hand to the shoulder. We're going to just single roll this right shoulder up, back, and around. Notice the shoulder blades rolling, the humerus head in its socket. There's that synovial fluid being released. Good job. We're only going backwards. Let's take our left hand to the shoulder, roll up, back, and around. And the breath is inhale up, exhale down and around. Good. How's that feel back there on the rib cage with that shoulder blade? Hopefully it's just gliding right along with ease. Excellent. One more. Now the one that is a little different is lifting and lower. So it's a little different range of motion for the shoulder. Just lift up as high as you comfortably can. And what do you notice under your hand there? Popping and clicking, maybe notice, right? As long as there's no pain, just move through the pops and clicks. Good. Now let's go to the left side. So left hand on the shoulder, lift and lower. We're going to lift as high as we comfortably can. We don't want to force anything, but we do want to move here, right? Because we want blood flow, synovial fluid, and break up that connective tissue. Those three things help tremendously as far as arthritis, those arthritic symptoms. Nice. Now we're going to change it up a little bit more, maybe at about a 45-degree angle with that right elbow. You're going to cross toward the left knee, not necessarily rounding your back a whole lot. Remember, this is shoulder movement. I just want you to come to, you feel a stretch on that rear deltoid along the rhomboids there. And then when we pull the elbow back in the pec minor, good. And this is rotator cuff territory. So we're just kind of checking out how we're moving. Now you could stay with that. If you want a little lower leg involvement, take that left leg, extend it, and then we'll pull out. Yeah, you might have to scoot back a little. That's good. But that gets the core, the quad into the knee. While we work that shoulder, why not? Okay, let's do one more. Ah, beautiful job. Let's try it to the other side. So start at that 45-degree angle, pull back so we feel this stretch in that pec minor, and then crisscross, there's the rhomboid rear delt. Really warming up those posture muscles, right? The chest, the upper back. Oh, good job. Let's inhale, open that little chicken wing, and then exhale, stretch it. Good work. Remembering it's just a tiny little roundedness of the upper shoulder there, not a whole cat-cow situation. Go for that upper back and front of the chest stretch, maybe down into the QL a little bit as we crisscross. And then if we're adding on the lower leg, we're kicking the right leg out. Good job. Each time you twist, there's that exhale, inhale. That's nice. Ooh, strengthen around that knee. Let's do it. 3, beautiful. 2, oh, and one more. Nice. Now let's hook those thumbs. We're going to make little butterflies, and we're taking the shoulders in our figure 8. So scoop down, up and around. Breath is flowing. So the breath is in and out of the nose, or in through the nose and out of the mouth. Good. Do you feel that in the core too? Almost like you're rowing a boat. You can take it back to your hip a little bit. So we get some core movement. We get a little bit of rotation. You can scoot forward if you want to twist in your spine a little more. And then pause and reverse the direction. Reverse that figure 8. Good. So we're working that whole shoulder girdle. Just hook those thumbs. And let your butterfly go through that nice infinity symbol. It's a very symbolic movement here, that DNA symbol, right? The yin and the yang. 3, 2, and 1. All right, now let's take it to the front of the shoulder, the rotator cuff. We're going to open like we have a tray and we're serving tea. I'm going to bring it back. And coffee. Good. Take it in a big semicircle out to the side. Good work. Ooh, like you have a teacup on your hand and you're serving to the left of you and off to the right. Feel that nice stretch all along the front of your chest. A little bit of a rotation. Good job. And one more. Excellent. Let's pause here and take a little bit of a forward fold to stretch our back. So we're going to rest the chest on the thighs and keeping our head neutral. We're not going to drop our head. I just want to come to where I feel a stretch in the back. So lengthen your chest away from your hips, really root those sit bones down. Good. And then we're going to take our hands to our knees, press ourselves up and sit all the way back in our chair. And left foot coming out, we're point and flex. So important to do this every day for our circulation, for neuropathy, lymphedema, circulation, just strength of that calf and getting the blood back to the heart. You know, we talk about this a lot, that the cardiovascular system is not stronger than gravity. Gravity is going to pull everything down to the feet unless we're pumping it back up. It has a tendency to pool there the more sedentary we are. So this one we can do every day to just keep that blood flowing. Good. Now let's release that foot and take it to our right foot. So this one you'll probably see in every one of my classes because it's just that important. Good job. And if we can think about flaring our toes, That's what we do when we lose balance. The body just flares its toes to give you a broader base to right yourself with. So I want you to practice, keep that ability, brain sending the message to the toes to have a little space between each digit. Good. Now let's take it back to the left foot and we're going to circle that ankle. We want to keep this range of motion. So look at your toe. Imagine your toe is pushing the hour hand around the face of the clock, and we're not going to miss a single hour, right? So go around that full circle, come to center, watch your toe, push it around. And if it's not wanting to go a certain part of the clock, your brain has to send that message to just come on through it. Don't skip that part. If we have an injury, it can get lazy and not want to do a full circle, but we don't want to lose this range of motion. This is our ability to right ourselves. So release that left foot, right foot up, and watch it, because we want to be aware if we're missing a part of that circle. Good. If we continue to let the foot get kind of lazy in that area, it's going to just keep skipping it, right? So talk it through. Nice. And come back up and go the other way. And the more we don't want to force, but the more you guide it through that area it doesn't quite want to go through, the more it will ease up and allow you. The body is brilliant at protecting itself. Good. But if you're long past injury and you've recovered, you've rehabbed, you've got to keep that range of motion, break up adhesions. Oftentimes the body doesn't want to go to that place where there's adhesions. So just break those up. Beautiful. One more. Nice. Let's stomp that out. Shake those arms. Good job. Swinging back and forth. Okay. So grab those arms and open. Grab the hands. Open. And there's a little bit of a roundedness and a little opening. So a mini cat-cow here. Lift the chest and round the back. Grab your fingers in front of you. And squeeze those shoulder blades together. Yeah, that feels good. Inhale and exhale. Nice. Now swing them forward and back. Yeah, and then palms touch, tap the back of your head. Like this one for the tricep area. Good. Can get really tight here along the upper back of our arm. Good. And then crisscross. All right. We're going to go back into those feet. I want us to work with the toes. We've given them a little bit of a break. Shake all that out. We're going to sit back again. Now the left foot is going to come up. I want you to imagine you're picking something up with your toes and then release it. So take your toes to the toe mounds and release. Like you're holding a little marble there between your toes and the toe ball mound and release. So curl in and flare your toes. Curl and flare. Good. Curl and flare. This is going to not only strengthen the toes, but it helps. This area, when you curl and then flare open like that, maps to your head, your neck, and your throat. So the more, I know it sounds crazy, but the more you move your toes, the greater ease you will have moving your neck. And you might also be feeling this in those muscles right up under your plantar fascia. They're going to be really strong too, which will help with balance. Good. Now let's try it to the other foot. So take that right foot out there, curl the toes as best you can and flare. If you're having trouble with this, sometimes it's just because you haven't sent the brain that message to the toes to do this. That's called sensory motor amnesia. It's simply you stop telling the body to do a certain thing, and the more you do it, it will pick up. The brain has neuroplasticity. We're never too old to learn something. It's challenging, yes, but we can learn it. Good. Flare and curl. Flare and curl. You do not want to get sensory motor amnesia in your ankles or your toes or your feet, because it's all about balance down there. Good. Two more. It's not just all standing on one leg, right? We've got to do a lot of different things to keep that balance strong. All right. Now take a nice tall seat here, and actually at the edge of the chair, feet nice and wide. So we've worked on those feet, gotten in the shoulders. Let's go along the spine. hands on our spine. We're going to take our hands to our hips, take the tail feathers back. Now squeeze like you've got a beach ball between those elbows. Your heart pushes forward and your chin lifts up. We got that nice back arch, strengthening the erector spinae. Now slide your hands to your kneecaps and pull back. So you're feeling that in the belly. Good. Inhale up, pull back. Exhale and round. Good. Each time you arch your back, pull those shoulder blades as if they could touch each other. The chin lifts, and then we roll back in the chair, really tucking around the back. So we want to make sure we're sitting forward enough. You've got space for that big rounding. These cat-cows are incredibly healthy for our spines and our posture because we're stretching and strengthening the muscles of our back. We need both, right? Good. So one more time, inhale up, exhale round. And now coming through center, left hand not on the knees, right on that inner thigh bone, that femur bone. Take your left shoulder, crisscross it to the right knee and peek down at those toes. Notice what you feel between your lowest rib on the left and that hip. That's the quadratus lumborum, and it is tight from sitting. So breathe into it. Ooh, good job. Come through center. That right hand in the same place, crisscross right shoulder to left knee, peek at the toes. Root that right sit bone. Take a breath right to your lower ribs. Compare those two sides. Do you have one QL muscle tighter than the other? Nice. Now let's add that reach. So left arm's coming across, and we're going to wiggle the fingers. And it's as if someone's handing you something you really want, but it's just outside your reach. Really reach and stretch. Take a full breath into the left ribs. Good. And then come back through center and take that same stretch off to the left. So wiggle those right fingers. Imagine you only have one lung and it's in your right rib cage. Fill it all the way up to the very tip top. Fill up that lung. Good. Exhale, come back through center and bringing our feet back to neutral, seated mountain position. Let's realign the spine and stretch. We'll interlace our hands around that right knee and then round. Maybe your knee comes to your nose. Let's stretch that low back. Good. Release it. Left knee up. How close are we getting now? Are we getting closer than the first time we did that? Good. I think we want to do it one more time. Tuck your tail even more. Tuck your chin. The whole back of the spine, the whole erector spinae stretching. Good. And switch sides. If you can do this in bed with both knees up, oh man, that is a lot of mobility for the day. Good job. Releasing our feet. Excellent work. All right, how are we doing? Let's take that left arm out. The right hand can hold onto our chair. The left arm, it's going to come all the way up. Let's bend that left elbow and then lean. So you're bending the right elbow. The left sit bone and foot are pretty heavy in the chair and the floor. Now we're coming up, pulling that left elbow back. Eye gaze stays on the palm, so you're looking over your shoulder. Now we're going to shoot that left arm out like an arrow and tuck your chin down so you're looking at the floor. Now we're stretching along that rhomboid rear delt. Again, inhale, pull that bow back. Look at the palm, stretch the head liner, 1 p.m. and then shoot that arrow out and tuck your chin. Look at the floor. So stretch it over and look down. Inhale, take it back, looking at your palm. Exhale, shoot it out at the diagonal, tucking your chin. And one more time, inhale. Now hold here with that elbow pulled back. This time, flip your palm to the ceiling, flip your palm to the floor. Flip up, flip down. One more time, flip up, flip down, and then shoot that arrow back out again. Tuck your chin, round a little bit forward. Good job. And we're going to release that. We'll take it to the other side. So right hand here, we're going to take that right arm up, bicep by our cheek, bend that elbow, and then bending the left elbow. So we're going to really stretch that whole side body. Your hip and your shoulder are connected by connective tissue, and all that stretching here. Good. Now we're coming up, pulling that right elbow back, looking at our palm. Feel that stretch in front of your chest and then shoot that arrow out. We're tucking our chin and reaching up and over, looking at the floor. And then inhale, you're going to take that back, 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 still looking at our palm. Exhale, shoot the arrow out, tuck your chin. Ah, good job. Let's take it back, lean it back. Oh, there's that front of your chest stretch. Shoot that arrow, tuck your chin, look at the floor. Now this one, we're going to take it back and hold it there. Flip your palm up to the ceiling and down, up and down. One more time, flip up, down, and then reach it out across. Look at the floor, tuck here. Feels so good to stretch there. Couple of breaths. Good. And coming all the way up through center. Good job. Shoulder roll up, back it around. Excellent. Oh, that one really gets all into the shoulder, front, back. And then we'll crisscross here, get into that lymph a little bit. Good. Also sets us up for our eagle's pose. You know, it used to be we worried about here comes winter and the flu. Now it's just year round. We want to keep ourselves protected from any of the new variants coming our way. So we just want to keep moving that lymph. So good. It doesn't have a pump. We've got to move arms and legs. You can go like this. You can crisscross. You can pump your arms. Crisscross over anything here like this. Anything you're moving the armpit or the hip crease, right? A big march is good because it gets both. Want to get that lymph flushing through your body. Does not have a pump. We have to pump it. And our eagle's pose is super for the shoulders and also works the immune system. So that's why you've been seeing it a lot lately. So we're all healthy. Feet down, arms out. There we go. Now let's just take those thumbs to the armpit and lifting them like little chicken wings here, right? So stimulating the lymph right at the elbow or arm crease. All right, then take those arms out and we'll take the left arm on top. Remember, the first option is our hug. And you may just stay right here with your hands on your shoulders. And when I say lift fingertips, you will lift your elbows, okay? You might want to take the backs of your hands together, or possibly your right fingertips can weave into your left palm. From here, breathe. If any of the wraps don't suit you, go back to the hug. Doesn't matter which one you do, but we're also going to cross our right ankle over or our right thigh over. If you got long enough legs, you can hook your foot too. But we're going to lift those fingertips. It's not cat-cow. Keep your spine straight. And then lower your elbows. Good. Lift, lift, lift. And lower. One more time. Lift up. And now lean forward. When you lean forward, tuck your chin. Hold here. Squeeze your armpit. Squeeze your groin. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Everything's hugging into the midline. Now take those deep breaths as you squeeze. Those vacuum cleaners for your body, the lymph, are being squeezed out. Take another breath in. Exhale. Now inhale, come on up. We're going to untangle those arms and our feet, and we're going to flap those wings. Good. Just let those arms flow, get floppy. All right, going to take it to the other side. So I want you to find your wrap. Sometimes that hug is best. So it's right arm on top. The hug looks like this, and it's perfect. The more you take your hands back there, the easier it will be to wrap. If you're going there, you can just stay with the back of the hand or wrap it in. This time it's left ankle or thigh hooking. All right. Adjust. If you don't like your position, change it so it feels good. Fingertips lift and lower. Good. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lower. Now notice how that feels in the shoulders. Very healthy, this one. Let's lift it up. Now lean forward. Tuck your chin. 2 big breaths into the tight space of your upper back. So squeeze, inhale. Exhale, big hug. Love ourselves so much. Inhale. Exhale, it's tight back there. Give it a big breath. One more breath, big squeeze. Armpits and groin. Nice. Uncurl the arms and the legs. Stomp it out and fly it out. Good work. Oh, shake, shake, shake there. Get everything moving. Good shake gives that blood flow to the fingertips. Nice. Yeah, let's all get some water. Good idea. Get your water. Okay. A little vibration there, right? Nice blood flow to the shoulders. Let's do some movement here for the legs. We're going to take those legs wide. Oh, windshield wiper. There we go. Windshield wiper. So feet out a little wider and one knee down and then the other. Good. Just sliding on the edge of the chair. Maybe push your hip forward a little bit. If you have a day where you're seated a lot, this is a nice one just to open up right there in front of the hip. Get those quads stretching. Tight hips tend to cause a tight back and pull us forward into kyphosis. So this is important to take time to stretch out these hips like we stretch out the front of our chest. All right, let's take this to where just your left thigh is on the chair. Your toes and your knees face forward. The left hand will hold on to the chair. The right knee is where it feels best for you. So I want you to take that right foot back as far as you can. If this is extremely painful for you, just take it wherever it feels best. Okay, it's as far back as you can take it. Just the left thigh on the chair. Now, right arm is free. It's going to swing back and we'll watch the thumb come forward and back. So if we have vertigo and this bothers us, we will not turn our head, or if it makes us dizzy. But it is good for the brain. It's good for the vestibular system, our balance system. If you can turn your head, it does help moving eyes and neck when we're not in a bad case of vertigo. All right, let's place our hand on our hip and we'll move to the foot. So this right foot steps forward and then it steps back. We're using our quadricep, our hip flexor, a little bit into the glutes to step that foot forward and back. Good for our walking gait. Nice. Now step those toes back and bring your arm out front. Arm goes back, foot goes forward. And as we do that, we will look at our thumb. Now we have three things happening. Heads turning, arms swinging, foot tapping. This is great gymnastics for our brain. It's like solving a crossword puzzle. Good job. Keep it flowing. Watch that thumb. That's important, that eye gaze. 2 and 1. Now come here, step that foot back. We're going to reach out and across, sort of back behind our chair at a diagonal. Wiggle those fingers again. Really stretch shoulder to hip. One more time. Breathe into that rib cage area. And bring yourself back through neutral. Good job. And we're going to take it to the other side to where just that right thigh is on the chair. We're going to try to line this right knee up. We always want to stack our joints. So the right knee is over the ankle. And this left knee is where it's happiest. As far back as you can take it. Press your hip forward. Right hand is holding on. Left hand, we're going to watch the thumb swing back and forward. Remembering if you don't like turning your head like this, it's okay to look straight on, but keep that arm moving. Just get a little rotation there for the hip, the shoulder, the back, everything's moving here. Hip's going to move in a moment. Good, one more. Now place that left hand on your hip, tapping our left toes forward and back. Good, hang on with your chair here. It's really moving in this hip joint in a nice way. It's weight bearing, good. So bones getting strong, lifting that weight forward and back. Nice, good hip strengthener, good range of motion for us. Now settle those toes back, arms coming back in. Arm back, foot forward, and look at our thumb while we swing the arm. It's called brain switching when we have 3 patterns going at once. Helps our mental acuity, our executive functioning, our memory. The brain is not a muscle, but we do have muscles that feed blood to the brain. The brain, we need to exercise it just as much as the other parts of our body. Good job. Come back through center. And when we do patterning like that, it really creates new brain cells, new neural pathways. All right, hands to our knees. We were a little cattywampus, so I want us to realign our spine before we move on. Let's take 2 or 3 cat cows here. Inhale, lift up, round. Remember, cat cows are things we can do every day for the health of our spine. Let's do one more. All right. That was a lot of big movement. So let's settle this down, bringing our feet in front. We can hydrate. So let's get some water. I would like for us to take some everyday hand movements. So we work through the feet and the toes a little bit. Now I want us to work on our wrists and our hands. First thing we're going to do for the joints in our hand is just simple, opening, closing the fist. We want to keep those fingers moving. They are our tools in life. If we want to keep arthritic symptoms at a minimum, movement is what we want to do. Well, it may not be what we want to do, but it's what we need to do. Even if it's a little painful, just keep moving those hands. And then we're going to roll our fists and move the fingers. So everything's rolling, flowing. Good. Press through each finger. You might hear clicks in there too, just like the neck. It gets clicky, go the other way. Press through each finger. That's good for those fingers to move like that. Shake it out. First thing we're going to do with our left hand is the doorknob. And we're going to imagine it's got a child lock on it. You have to squeeze that child lock and then turn. So there's a grip, there's a squeeze. You want to involve those muscles of the forearm and the wrist. That's what controls the hand and the fingers, those muscles that feed into the hand. Good. We want to keep that grip strength, right? So we can open and close things. Let's go the other way, reverse that lateral rotation of the wrist. Good. Now that may be your non-dominant hand and you don't do that very often, right? So it's good to move it like that. And then the right hand. So grab that child lock and turn it. Good. Grip. So we want to feel the wrist turning and gripping. Good. And then just take it the opposite direction. Squeeze and turn. Imagine you actually are hanging onto that child lock. Good. Now, one of the hard things if we have arthritis is opening jars, right? So turn and turn. So hold the jar, open it. And kind of notice what's happening up in your shoulder when you do that, right? That whole movement involves the shoulder. Now put that lid back on. So go the opposite direction. Really turn it. It's a big pickle jar, right? And now we're going to flip it to take the other hand. We're just going to flip, right? And then take that lid off. You know, it's one of those lids somebody put in the refrigerator before opening it first. It's really hard to open. And then we're going to go the other way. I think about how many times I open a jar with my non-dominant hand, next to never. So it's this is my non-dominant, and it's something that we need to do, but keep it moving in ways it's not used to. Well, that we usually do our dominant hand. Good. Shake that out. And we have another one to do. And this is the key in the lock. So we have index finger and thumbs. Pinch that key. Put it in the lock and turn it. Good. Turn. So we've got a little pressure between the index finger and the thumb, and it's a little crisp, firm movement, right? And then turn it the other way. So unlock the door. Yeah. Keep that pressure between index finger and thumb, and let's switch sides. So opposite hand and turn that key in its lock. Keep pressing those fingers together so get a nice strength there, and then go the other way. Unlock that door. Good work. Woo, when the weather gets colder, this is much harder, right? I like doing this in the warm weather months. All right, now the next one is if you have hairspray or cologne, something you spray on, and we're going to go all the way around. Let's see if you can pump that index finger all the way around. So we're using our shoulder and the index finger, moving that, and then we'll switch hands and pump, pump, pump. I always think about when, oh gosh, when I was young, my mother had one of those big beehive hairdos. She even had a special hair dryer. Do y'all ladies remember those special hair dryers for that? And she would take that all around her hair and put the hairspray on her beehive. Oh my goodness. And then we're going to clasp our necklace. So we're going to take our hands, back there behind our necks, clasp the necklace. And then you're going to keep this right elbow up. The left arm is going to come under. The right hand reaches down and we zipper up that zipper. Let's do that 2 more times. Reach down and zipper up. And then clasp the necklace again. Keep that left elbow up. The right hand comes under. See if you can reach your left fingers down to your right and zipper up. Oh, goodness. Oh, why don't they put the zipper in the front, huh? One more. Maybe somebody else zipper you up and release and shake it out. Good job. All those everyday movements, we want to make sure we have that range of motion to do. All right, let's get those sun salutations in. We'll drink our water. Sun salutations are nice for our cardiovascular system. They're meant to really open up tight areas, stretch and strengthen. So take the shoulders broad and release. All right, hands start at our heart. Feet are flat on the floor, maybe peak. Do you have your toes facing forward, your knees, hips, and ankles in one line? All right, that's a nice mountain position. From here, we inhale, circle those arms up. Now, cactus position. Remember, we try to get elbows in line with shoulders best we can. We're going to squeeze our elbows to the ribs, if possible, touch the elbows, and then hands are going to come out in front of us, palms down to our lap. Notice how snuggled in they are. That's a really nice posture. Now we're exhaling back to that forward fold. You may keep your chest on your thighs and have crown of the head facing forward. If it feels okay, you may lower your head, but it's not necessary. And then inhale, we'll come up halfway. This is where we squeeze those shoulders together. And then you choose your forward fold again, just enough to stretch the back. Let's use our core and back muscles to come up. So press your feet, big circle sweep. We'll see those palms touch. So look up if it feels all right. And then hands back to your heart. Good, we're going to do that again. So inhaling, arms reach overhead. They pause right there in cactus and then feel those shoulder blades glide down like little wings, elbows in, hands pull out in front of us, flip those palms down. Notice that tall posture. Exhale, let's lean forward into that beautiful back stretch. When we come up halfway and pull those shoulders back, we strengthen those muscles, and then we're going to fold it in again. Good. Now using our feet press, take the arms up. This time palms touch and then backs of the hands together. We're just coming back to our hips. There we go. Hands to the heart. Let's do it again. Arms up and overhead. We're going to change it up a little bit. This time we have those arms here and take it all the way in as close as you can. All right, arms are going to draw forward. Now from here, you have tea and coffee. Serve your tea and coffee to the side like you have trays. Hold here. Notice your upper chest muscles stretching, the back muscles engaging. This is helpful to reverse kyphosis. Lift the heart. Bring those hands back to center. We're flipping those hands down, forward folding again. Good. Now we're going to pull up halfway again. Squeeze back. Exhale and fold. Arms are coming overhead again. So let's lengthen our spines. When the palms touch, backs of the hands come together and we'll release by our hips. Hands to your heart. We'll do it again differently. Arms overhead. Maybe those palms touch. Good. Let's come to cactus and notice your shoulder blades glide down toward your hip pockets. This should be getting easier. Arms out in front of us. Let's open those trays out. Pull your thumbs back, feel the collarbone stretch. Try not to back arch. Lift the navel, pull your front ribs in. Good job. Bring it in. Now let's twist to our left. Elbows hug the rib cage. Inhale, center, palms up. Let's twist to our right. Good. Back through center, palms flip down. We're going to take the forward fold, but add in a cobra. Place your hands on your knees and pull your heart forward and up. Just like a cobra does, lifts its chest, right? And I guess it has its chest, its front body, and then forward fold. And here, lengthen your arms overhead again. And you can look up, watch your palms touch, and bring the hands back around to the heart space. I will do that one again. So arms overhead. Inhale, release your shoulder blades down, down, down the spine. Yeah, and then bring those arms out in front. Trays open. Pull those thumbs back. Try not to back it. Lift the navel. Arms back in front. This time we're going to turn to our right first, through center to the left. Good. Back through center. Flipping those palms. We're going to come into forward flexion. It's good to forward fold every day. And then when we come back, we're extending. So there's the opposite. And then fold again. Now taking that cobra where your hands are on your thighs, you're going to pull forward and up. Pull your chest through your shoulders. Good job. Fold it down. Arms reach overhead. And then back through to your hips. Just have one more like that. So arms reach up, palms touch. Cactus, and keep plugging all the way in. Yes, arms out in front of us, and then open those trays. This movement really nice to take on your own. Flip. Oh, wait. Let's go left. I almost forgot our twisting, which is so important for our spines to twist. Now we flip, and then it's going to feel good to stretch that out after that twist. Good. Hands to your knees, pull forward and up. There's that cobra. Shoulders down your back. Good. Fold it forward. Oh, nice. Let's come on up. Come on up. And then bring our hands to our hearts. You know, all the movements of the spine are included that. Let's have our core engaged, belly in and up. How do you feel? 1 to 10. Has your energy lifted a bit? Let's keep our hands to our lap. It's really nice to keep us cardiovascularly fit, moving like that. It doesn't take a lot out of us, but it just feels so good. Now let's take our arms out to airplane. Shoulders down, neck is long. Breathe in the center. Exhale left. Good. Inhale center. When we twist here like this, we pull that right arm back to the point we feel a nice stretch in the front of the shoulder, right? And then we're going to take our arms up and overhead like this. So palms touching. Feel free to interlace every finger but your index finger and thumb. And then those index fingers pulls us up and we'll lean to the right. Root that right sit bone. There's that side stretch. Inhale and then exhale. Lateral flexion. Come back through center. We'll take that life force reach. Arms out in front of us. We have the beach ball. We're going to lean ourselves forward. Forward, forward. Keep leaning and then lift those heels, press down through the balls of the feet, then lower the heels. We're going to come up, but take those legs out, sit forward. The hands are going to go toward your left foot to your right and then back through center. Left foot, right. Good. One more time. Left foot, right. Now arms overhead, legs out in front, life force reach. Good job. Arms out in front of us, feet down. Let's lean, lean, lean. This is core strength, low belly, low back. Now heels press down and lift your toes off the floor. Spread them wide, wave your toes. Good. Come back up. Let's take those legs out. This time, torso circles from right to left. The big circle. You don't have to lower your head. Keep your head above your heart. This one's you moving around in that torso. Good. Break up that connective tissue there. Beautiful. And then hands overhead. Bring your feet back in. Good job. Now, we've been doing this lately. Instead of a lot of blast offs, we're just going to come up into chair and hold for a count of 8. If you don't want to do that, just squeeze your glutes while we're holding. Just hold that squeeze, okay? So ankles right underneath. We want to make sure we're all aligned, strengthening our quadriceps for independence. So here we go. Come on up and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease yourself back into the chair. Fantastic. Let's windshield wiper stretch there. Feels good to stretch that hip flexor group. Good job. All righty. Oh, excellent. All right, real quickly, we're just going to do a little Tai Chi balance series. It's fun. Takes our chair to your right hand. You may or may not need that chair, but it's there just in case. Imagine you're standing on a clock. Your right foot is about 2 o'clock, left foot steps back. So you're just grounded in your feet. Now, you've got that right hand on your chair. The left hand, we're going to lean into that foot and then pull the toes off the floor. Let me just do this so you can see my feet. Hang on. All right, now you can see my feet. So I'm pushing. Now watch my foot. I pull the ball of the foot back. This back knee bends, back knee straightens. Back knee bends. Now if we want 2 arms, you can take the hand off the chair. If you need the chair, just one hand on the chair. All right, so the whole right foot down, pull your foot off the gas pedal. There you go. Push and pull, transfer weight. Front leg, pull it back, back leg. Now pause here, hands at your belly button, around the world. Now we're going to kind of take ourselves out of balance here a little bit so those core muscles kick in. Good, it's good for the shoulders. Transfer that weight forward and back, reverse, go the other way. Yeah, inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Now, when you come to your belly, pause here, sunrise, sunset. Go up and down. Sun rises, sun sets. Good. Pause, reverse, go the other way. Reverse your circle. Nice, everybody. Now, let's take it to the other side. So switch your feet. You can move your chair. You may have your left hand on the chair, right hand, push and pull. Straighten that back leg, bend the back leg. Front foot down, front foot up. Maybe push with 2 hands if we feel comfortable. We want to challenge that balance. If you need the chair, it's always there. Good. Push. Make sure you're transferring weight to that front foot. Pick up that foot, transfer it to the back foot. Nice. Pause back here, around the world. Good. Nice. If you want, you could lift that back heel. When you transfer the weight forward, you can come up to the big toe mound. Pause it, reverse. Nice. Feel that core kicking in. This is sneaky core work. Nice. Now pause and take it sunrise, sunset. Then we got the upper body, the lower body, big circles. Good. Pause and reverse, go the other way. Sunrise, sunset. Good job. One more. Nice work, everybody. Let's come back to our chairs. Beautifully done. Let's, if you're still standing, you want a little stretch here, just kick, a little donkey kick. Good. Stretch out that quad. Nice. And a little march. And let's do one thing for leg strength while we're here. Just have a little seat in your chair. Good job. Right arm, hitchhiker, pull it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Left arm. 1, 2, 3, 4. And back in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up. Good work. Have a seat. Oh, super job, guys. Woo-hoo. Right leg out, flex your foot. We're just finishing off with a little hamstring stretch, low back. Try not to tuck your chin. I want you to see well out in front of you, not in at your body. Good. Pull in, switch sides. Why do I say that? Think about this. Your neck is like a Q-tip. Your head is like a bowling ball. When you tuck your chin, it's a lot of weight for the ligaments of your neck to take. So just keep your head in extension of your spine. Good work. Come all the way back. Sit back. Scale of 1 to 10. Show me again. How's your energy? Anybody improve their energy over the time? Oh, good job. All right. So good to see you today. Let's take the arms up. Pull in gratitude for each other, regular practice for the Senior Center, right? Thanks so much for joining me. Well, see you again on Thursday. I'll be coming from Hilton Head on Thursday. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye.